Welcome students to the video module on crystal directions and planes. It is necessary to use some convention to specify any particular direction and planes in a crystal. So in order to notify, in order to specify some point or some direction, some plane, we need some type of representation for that. It is first devised by a scientist known as Professor William Hallowes Miller. He was a mineralogist, and he laid the foundations of modern crystallography. And the representation introduced by Hallowes Miller is known as Miller indices. It is very common now to represent crystal directions and crystal planes. A vector representing the crystal direction R can be specified by R1A plus R2B plus R3C, where R1, R2 and R3 are the magnitude of this particular vector along X, Y and Z axis. Or we say in terms of crystallographic translation vectors A, B and C respectively. Now in this figure we consider a two-dimensional plane. We are not considering the third axis here for simplicity. And you see one point here. Okay, this is the point here. How to represent this point? That's a question here. You can see that it is 2 times the translation vector A, and it is 3 times the translation vector B, and there is no translation vector C there. Therefore we can represent it as 2A plus 3B plus 0C, or we can represent this direction as 2, 3, 0 in square brackets. If there is a negative component along a crystal axis in the direction representation, just like for example -2, we can write it as 2 bar. Okay, so such an axis can be represented as 2 bar 0, 3. This is an example only. So we represented this particular direction as 2, 3 and 0, because there is nothing along the Y axis or C axis. I mean Z axis or C axis. So it is represented as 2, 3, 0. There can be 2, 0, 3, 2 bar, 0, 3 bar. This bar represents -2, -3, like that. So such various various type of directions can be represented like this. Or this is a family of directions. It can be represented by a triangle bracket. This 2, 3, 0. Okay, the angular brackets denote the entire family of directions. Okay, this is an example to find the family of crystal directions represented by cube edges, face diagonals and body diagonals. Okay, cube edges. What are the Miller indices for cube edge? It is 1, 0, 0 or 0, 1, 0 or 0, 0, 1, etc. Such 6 type representations we can do. And if it is face diagonal, it can be represented by 1, 1, 0. 1 for A axis, 1 for B axis and 0 for the C axis, or 1, 0, 1 or 0, 1, 0. Such around 12 members or 12 type of representations we can do. Like, don't stick to 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, etc. You have to think about bar 1, 0, 1, bar 1, bar 1, 0, etc. also. So there are 12 representations in this family. Now in a body diagonal case, there are 8 representations. In a body diagonal means that will be 1, 1 1. Towards the 8 corners you can represent. So there are 8 members in this particular family. A family of direction is represented by this angular brackets. Okay. Now you can see a particular plane given in this figure and the 3 crystallographic axes. How to find the Miller indices for this plane? The Miller indices for a plane is represented inside a parenthesis. Previously we represented the direction using Miller indices. That is in square bracket, and angular bracket represent the family of crystal directions. Now we are going to represent the crystal planes. Look at this figure. You can see that along the A axis it is 2 units, along the B axis it is 3 units, and along the C axis it is 1 unit. Now how to represent this in Miller index representation? So there are few steps to follow for finding the Miller indices for this. First you have to find the intercept along the 3 axes. Here we mentioned it as 2, 3 and 1. The intercept along A axis or B vector or C vector, that is 2, 3 and 1. Now you have to write the reciprocal of this intercept. So it will be 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and 1 by 1. Next you have to convert that into smallest integers. For that you multiply with the LCM. Here it is 2 and 3, so the LCM is 6. Multiply with 6, it will be then 3, 2 and 6. So this gives the Miller index for this particular plane. And for representing a plane, it has to give inside a parenthesis. So the Miller index for this plane is 3, 2, 6. But if the Miller index is a 2-digit number, then we have to represent it by separated by commas. Here we are not using any commas because it is a single digit, 3, 2 and 6. They are single digits. But if there is a 2-digit representation, then we have to separate them by commas. Now 3, 2, 6 represents one plane. Similarly there will be plane 2, 3, 6, 2 bar 3, 6, etc. like that. So all these are the family of planes. So the family of planes can be denoted with the double bracket or curly brackets 3, 2, 6 or 2, 3, 6. That represents the entire family of planes represented by the digits 3, 2 and 6. Now let us try to draw some crystal planes. For example, okay, look at the question. Draw a 110 plane in a cubic unit cell. 110. So how to draw 110 plane in a cubic unit cell? So you have to find the intercept first. So 110 is the crystal planes. So how will you find the intercept? It is 1, 1, 0. Okay. So 1 by 1, 1 by 1, 1 by 0. 1 by 1 is 1. 1 by 1 is again 1. 1 by 0 is infinity. So 1, 1, infinity. That means for x-axis or a-axis it is 1. For b-axis it is 1. And for z-axis it is infinity. That means it is not touching the c-axis. So you can see that this is the 1, 1, 0 plane. Now similarly they asked to represent the bar 1 let me see, bar 1, bar 1, 1 plane inside the cell. Okay. So bar 1, bar 1, 1. So for that, instead of taking the origin at this point, I am just taking the origin at this point here. Then bar 1 means 1 behind it or in the negative axis here along the A axis it is negative, along the B axis also it is negative, C axis it is positive. So this plane represents bar 1, bar 1, 1. Understood that? We'll try few more examples of the same. before going to these examples, look at this plane. How to represent this plane using the Miller indice representation, X, Y and Z, A, B, C crystallographic axis. Here you can see that along A it is 1, the plane represented by a blue color shade there. Okay, so along A it is 1, along B it is 1, and it is not touching the C axis anywhere. To C axis it is infinity. You can see the C axis is infinity. So we have the intercept 1, 1 and infinity. Now you take the reciprocal of that, 1 by 1, 1 by 1 and 1 by infinity. That gives 1, 1, 0. So the Miller index for this plane represented by the blue shade here is 1, 1, 0. Now look at the other plane here. Okay, here along A it is 0.5 or 1 by 2. Along Y or along B it is infinity because it is not touching the B axis. It is not touching the C axis also, so infinity. So the intercept is half, infinity, infinity. You take the reciprocal of that, it will be 2, 0, 0, 1 by infinity is 0, 2, 0, 0. So this gives a Miller index representation as 2, 0, 0. Now let us find the crystallographic directions for this. You can see it is along the B axis, or it is also Y axis. How can we represent this direction? And remember, direction is always represented in square bracket. Crystal plane is always represented in parenthesis. Okay, so this will be represented by 0 for x axis, 1 for y axis and 0 for the c axis. And how can we represent this? It is along xy plane. For x it is 0, nothing. Y it is 1 and z it is 1. So 0, 1, 1. In the meantime, x is also equal to a here, y is b and z is the c axis. And see what is this one. Oh, this is a slightly complicated one. The diagram is misrepresenting, but I think it is from the origin to the opposite vertex. Here it is. So there is one for C, A and one for B and one for C. That's why it is 1, 1, 1 here. Okay. Okay. Now in the same way, what is for this one? You can see that there is nothing along the x-axis. So A 0 for A. For B it is 1, and for C it is 0.5. So 0, 1, 0.5. So in order to make it in a whole number, we multiplied, or you made it in a whole number. So 0.51 can be written as 0 to 1. That is why it became 0 to 1. Now the next one. Here you can see that this is the direction shown here. But the origin is here, and we know that x-axis always represents along the other way. So it is behind x-axis. So here x-axis is shown towards us. So this particular point is behind, showing behind. So it is minus. How much minus? Minus 1. It is minus 1 here, minus 1 for the z-axis, minus, I'm sorry, 1 for the z-axis and 1 for the 0.5 for the y-axis. So minus 1 for x-axis because it is showing the opposite way. 0.5 for the y-axis. Y means it is B, and 1 for the z-axis. So we made it into a whole number that became bar 2, 1, 2. Now what is this one? This is along the xy plane. You can see that is along the xy plane. So for x it is 1. Always we take x-axis in the forward direction. So it is actually in the opposite direction of whatever direction we taken as x here. So it is in the opposite direction. So that is why it is bar 1. And y it is 1. and for C it is 0. It is not touching the C axis there. That is why it is bar 1 1 0. Okay. Now some useful tips for Miller indice representation. Normally you know the Miller indices are denoted by the symbols H, K and L. Okay. And if there are more than one digit, that will be represented by commas. Otherwise it is simply writing H, K and L. Okay. There are a few planes we already discussed. You can refer that in these diagrams and find the planes and directions and planes in this diagram. Okay. We can go to some more directions. Okay. See, this is 1 to 4. How can we represent a direction 1 to 4 in a crystallographic lattice representation? 1 to 4. So take the reciprocal of that. 1 to 4 is the Miller indice for a plane. We reached this plane by taking the reciprocal of the intercept. So in order to go back to the intercept, we have to take the reciprocal of this one. So it will be 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. So 1 by 1 is 1, 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. So 1 by 1. So along A axis it is 1 and along B axis it is half and C axis it is 1/4. So this is that particular axis. Okay. I think it's clear now. Now 1, 1 bar, 0. Take the reciprocal of that. It will be 1, 1 bar and 0. 1 by 0 is infinity. So it is not touching the what is called C axis. And look at the square bracket there. Square bracket represents the direction. The parenthesis represents the plane. So this is a direction. 1, 1 bar, 0. So along A axis it is 1. B it is -1. So the B axis is along this towards left. So it is behind that. That is why it is -1 there. It is not touching the C axis. So 0. Again the parenthesis 0, 1, 2. That is a plane. So take the reciprocal of that. Whenever the plane occurs there, you take the reciprocal to find the intercept. 1 by 0, 1 by 1, 1 by 2. 1 by 0 is infinity. So it is parallel to the A axis. 1 by 1, so it is touching 1 along the B axis here. 1 by 2 is 0.5 along the C axis. So this is that plane. Okay. Now another one, you can see a direction, a plane is given, you have to find the Miller indice for that. How will you find that one? Here. You can see 4, 4 and 8. So it is touching along A it is 2, along B it is 2 and along C it is 4. So it is like 0.5, 0.51. The intercepts are 1.5, 0.51. Take the reciprocal. 1 by 0.5, 1 by 0.5, 1 by 1. So it will be 2, 2, 1. 2 to 1 is this plane. Okay? 2, 2, 1 is this plane. The same way you find the other planes and other directions. Okay? And for working or for doing few exercise, you can take. Okay, you have to you work on these planes and try to find the crystallographic planes for this. Okay. Okay. Okay, students, I think you got a clear idea regarding how to find the crystallographic directions and crystallographic planes, the HKL things. Okay, and one more thing is there, that is to find the interplanar separation. We know that HKL is used to represent the crystallographic planes. So the separation between two planes is represented by DHKL. Is given by A divided by root of H square plus K square plus L square. What is HKL? That's the the three crystallographic specified directions. A is the dimension of the unit cell. This is for a cubic cell, I mean. Okay, so you can find the interatomic separation using this equation. Okay. So I think you got an idea regarding crystal directions, crystal planes, and interatomic separations. Okay students, thank you.